pressing the boops, and we're good. Okay.
Something indiscriminate violence.
Oh god, my phone just closed Twitch. Damn it. Anyways, hi everyone. Welcome back to more Blackheart Paradox. Last time. What did y'all do last? Oh right, you saved a blobfish looking thing. I say saved. No, you recaptured.
I was about to say, I don't think we saved it.
Re-enslaved.
No o'clock in the morning. It's my morning.
Technically you saved it from itself.
Yeah.
Let's see. You all now have a ship. And that ship is technically navigated by a clay golem that you guys find very weird. I'm glad you do.
The description was weird.
I did that on purpose.
Fine.
Let's see. You sailed, and several conversations were had between all of you and everything, which drew out most of the time. But you guys eventually did make it to where the boat is currently anchored. It's just not moving at the moment. And you were all just watching into the water. A dark shadow was seen. You don't need to worry about that.
We're gonna come back, yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it hasn't come back yet. It's not like it's evening now.
It left in the evening, I believe.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Like I said, don't worry about anything that might be nocturnal in the water. What's the worst it could be if it's nocturnal in the water?
I don't see anything. I have no reason to be upset yet.
There you go. You saw a dark shadow. You didn't see anything other than that. But yeah, that is I think we left off with Riley and
We were getting ready
Yeah,
to
well-
go, yeah.
yeah, about to go investigate the water.
Seraphina, you're in charge of my shit.
Um,
And me.
Alright.
He's going to put the gun in the ring, though, because he wants to have it if he gets on the island, but he doesn't want it to get wet.
Oh, no, fair.
Because, you know, powder
Yeah.
and bullets and stuff totally work underwater, right? Guns.
Oh, yeah,
They
100%.
work when they get in the water, right?
They do very well.
Even though this one has or can cast it, get air bubble cast on it. Why did I put him over here with
I don't know.
one side?
Wrong person going in the water.
I saw blue. I didn't pay attention to the yellow. This one just kind of runs up, not to Seraphina,
Aww.
and just staring at you, Danika.
Proceeds to ignore it with malicious intent.
It keeps staring.
It will continue to stare.
Yep, it will. And it won't look sad or anything, it's just going to stare you down.
That is fun.
Cute.
You know it's going to be very bad down there, right?
Hmm. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay. And he just jumps over.
Have fun?
Well, if anything bad happens, you have that. Point to the dragon and then jump in.
So here's the fun part. So remember that roll?
Uh-huh.
I need you to make me a perception check.
Oh god,
This
is it
has
a
nothing to do
immediate?
with sight or smell or anything. This has to do with feeling.
Oh, that's interesting. That's not a bad number. This is perception. His perception isn't great, but it's a 22 total.
22 total?
Yeah.
Okay. You're kind of... As soon as you hit the water, two things you notice. It's night.
Mm-hmm.
The water is obviously still slightly warm because, the sun and everything.
Mm-hmm.
As it should be. However, what you don't expect when you hit it is very quickly you do begin to feel like this. You feel a slight current. It's not enough to push you. It's just like that feeling of water moving.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how when you feel the... I think I just heard a door. Give me the moment.
What? Oh. Hello? Hello?
There was apparently a knock at the door.
Oh, my internet just fucked up for a sec. Sorry. Hello?
Hello.
No worries. Jay's gonna be back in a sec. Somebody knocked on the door.
On a random side note, I bought the little one on Waterfall, and she had an interest for like 2 seconds, walked up to it because of the noise, and then was like, no. No.
She might warm up to it eventually.
Maybe. Right now she's actually too small to really climb it, so it's actually kind of funny. She could jump up onto stuff and climb onto it. But right now she's sitting at the top where I have her little rope near her light, because that's the only way she can get warm right now.
That's fair.
So we get our heating pad to stick on the side.
Sorry about that.
Because it hasn't. It's not like we've spent like how much on this thing now? Like $800? Jesus Christ! It costs a lot to spend on these.
And it was another 32 for the heating pad today.
I know. That's why I said we spent like $800 on
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
Pets are expensive.
Go.
They are.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But when like you feel the wind blow, you feel like if it's a hot day, yeah, it's a warm one, but you feel like every so often like that cold wind to it. You feel little bits of cold in these current flows. And I will say as well, they're not moving, they're kind of moving all over the place. They're not in one direction. So you can't exactly tell which way they're coming from.
Interesting. I'm gonna mark off that he did take his potion because I actually forgot to mention that.
Fair. Let's see.
Breathing underwater might be useful.
Yeah.
What? No.
Let's go with this one. But yeah. So.
Yeah, I guess start making our way over. Keep an eye out.
It's fairly easy as far as going. You see some fish, some larger, some smaller, multicolored, that kind of thing. Most of them obviously scatter once you guys even get within a certain distance.
Hmm.
That's just the way fish are. Some, however, some of the larger ones that, like, you can tell aren't going to bother you, kind of swim up close and then quickly swim away after. Like, investigating, like, what the fuck is this?
Easy.
But, other than that, you know, it's fairly peaceful. Riley does motion to you at one point below you guys. And you do see a shape kind of swim in and out of little arcs of stone that are down below. Arcs of stone and coral and stuff. And I will show you the shape you see.
Goody. Oh, I fucking I knew there'd be a shark. God damn it.
There's more than just that one.
I don't like that.
You just see that one kind of just swimming below. It is a good distance, you can tell from you guys. It hasn't noticed you guys yet, and it's kind of just not even bothering to look up at all, or like adjust its way up.
We're not gonna get closer. At least he's not. He's gonna keep going. No.
I'm safer that way. You guys go ahead and keep swimming. It's gonna be a decent swim. We'll come back to you guys in a moment. On the ship. How is everyone?
Wanting to not be on the ship.
Okay.
Enjoying my time not in the liquids.
Yeah.
Fair, very fair.
I feel like
Yeah.
Seraphina's the only one that's just like, I want to go, but I'm slow, and that's not useful right now.
Oh no, that's fair, actually. I don't blame you on that one. However, any conversations happen shortly after they leave?
None that I initiate.
Okay.
I think everyone's probably anxiously awaiting their return.
Seraphina's probably just rambling about what could be down there.
Yeah.
How
So,
loudly are they rambling?
Normal volume. Her normal Seraphina rambling.
so I would say, after a little bit of time, you do begin to feel the air around you does begin to grow a bit colder. And you do begin to feel little drops of thunder.
Well, this is a new development.
Is there clouds in the sky?
There weren't about 10 minutes ago, but now you see the sky is dark. And you didn't notice it before because there was still enough light from the moon poking through. But even that started to get swallowed up.
We should probably get them out of the water.
What was our dude that was piloting the ship's name? I can't remember. And I apparently didn't write it
God.
down.
What did I tell you guys his name was?
I don't remember his name either. He was just a little weird man.
I don't think I gave you guys a name.
I don't think you did.
I could have
Or
sworn
if
he
you
had
did,
name.
I hereby grant you permission as a singular player in this game of many players to rename him.
Fair.
Oh dear. There's a yelling child. Come on. Oh, come here. Hi.
But yeah, I don't know if I gave it a name actually. I don't think I did actually. Now to think about it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I have no note on a name, so.
You know what? We'll do this. I will do this. I will make this much easier on all of us. Ready?
Okay.
Oh, god damn it, I misspelled it. Oh, excuse me. His name is Bagor.
Excellent.
Bagor. Bagor.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Bagor.
Thanks, name generator.
BAG what?
OR.
Thank you. And he's a clay golem?
Yep.
Okay. Bagor, is this normal?
Oh. I don't know.
We should still probably get them out of the water.
Alright, then how do we alert them?
It's a ship, right? We have rope or something?
We didn't tie any to them.
They can climb it. We'll just drop it into the water.
How far away are they? Can we see them?
Can we see them?
Come here. I know. Like, come here. Baby. Baby.
Wait, give me one moment here.
Breathe, child. door open? Yeah, the zoom is real bad. And she's still at my door. She really does not want my door closed.
So, yeah, he's kind of just looking around at the moment. He is very concerned and confused.
Okay. Was trying to find out if we could see the two in the water because we were trying to figure out how to get their attention.
Make your perception checks.
Okay.
This is not going to go well.
Even if you see them, how are you going to get their attention? That's the question.
How
Exactly.
in the world?
The boat is faster than them. We will just drive the boat
You
over
can't
to
go
them.
closer to the island.
No,
that was
we're
the
as
point.
close as we can get. We're as close as we could get. So natural 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not beat that. I got a
Okay.
19.
I need to make a roll real quick. That is a no.
Oh,
You do not see them. However,
Come on.
you do see something.
Oh no.
So, as you're kind of straining your vision, Seraphina, trying to see if you can make them out, you don't, but you see something begin to appear from deep below.
Oh dear.
And it's slowly getting bigger and bigger.
Guys?
Did you see them or?
No. Kind of points to the shadow.
It's no longer heading straight up now. It is now kind of moving horizontally in the water. But
Beside the boat?
kinda, yeah.
Is it starting to circle us?
Kind of.
We should put the rope in the water.
I don't know if that's going to get their attention because I don't see them.
Well, if we don't put it in the water, we definitely won't get their attention.
Put the rope in the water then, but I don't think that's going to help anything.
We'll put it where they got out, and maybe they'll think that's where they can get back on.
It's at that
Do you think we
point.
should stay here?
I think that things are that it's bad and we're about to be in the water.
It's at that point. The rain picks up tremendously.
Oh, that's not good.
And the waves begin getting rockier.
you know the worst part is we can't even tell because we're underwater. It's the calmest part to be in.
Yeah, Nate's gonna tie some rope to the side where they got in and just let it down in case they try and
That's
get
fair.
back out.
That
Just
is
for the
very
sake
fair.
of ease of access.
Let me do a perception check. Anybody who's kind of watching the shape in the water.
Yeah. Well,
And Blythe
there's
is going to
Seraphina.
the edge of the boat and also hearing Seraphina over the rain.
Well, she was
Fair.
loud enough. She tried to get everybody's attention.
Well, if she pointed it out before the rain got much
Yeah.
harder and louder, you would have heard her say something was huge in the water. Then again, you do know that there's a lot of things considered huge to her.
Yeah.
No offense, Seraphine.
Yeah, well. That's a 9, by the way.
9! Okay. Anybody else?
Danika at this point doesn't know that she needs to care.
Yeah, only 17.
17.
Yes.
Okay. You see this creature now. And you, you see a large, scaly bat kind of arch out of the water.
Okay. How large? Like the size of the ship, or just
Yeah,
bigger than a shark?
size of the ship.
Oh no. Okay.
And at one point, the head does reach the water, so I'll just put it next to the ship. There you go. That's the creature you see.
Oh dear.
Nate's going to make sure that the rope is tied on very tightly, and then he's going to start looking for weapons on the ship. Like cannons or something.
Fair. So, as you start looking for that, I'll get back to you with that roll in a bit. Riley and Leo,
Yes.
you guys are making your way to the island still, in that direction at least, and the currents have picked up a bit the closer you get to the island, which you assume is probably because there's like a cave or something. Water's like sucking in and stuff like that, Or at least that's like the hand signals Riley's giving you, basically. It has gotten darker above you, but you knew it was about nighttime when you guys jumped in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to see other shapes of slightly larger fish now towards the island, and you notice the ground slightly gaining in what is the word? Gaining in height. It's getting closer to where you guys are. So you're slowly getting to the point where you're probably going to reach land in a little bit.
Okay. We see any of the glass or anything? We have to avoid that?
You actually don't see any below the water.
That's interesting. So it is accessible underwater. I mean, at the moment, we've been given no reason to worry, so...
Why don't you,
We'll look for a way that looks like the safest way on, I guess.
That's fine. Go ahead, roll your perception checks. I say
A
checks,
perception.
but you're the... Yeah, I was about to say checks, like you're
I rolled
not...
another 19, so 22.
Oh shit.
My dice has been nice to me tonight.
Fair. Yeah. You're sitting there where you're swimming there, and you actually point out to Riley as you guys are kind of swimming in a direction, you kind of grab his sleeve and kind of tug, and you point to a opening. Because you can just make out like the shape of some of the shards like spanning out from the island.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see like an opening where it's kind of, how to describe, it's kind of like divvied out. Like it's the, I'll say, giant sand ditch.
Mm-hmm.
That curved look.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the.
We'll check it out and see if that's a safe way on. If it even accesses it or if it's just something underneath.
Well, you get to it, and yeah, it does. It ramps right up onto the island, in between a couple of the glass shards. You are now officially out of the water.
Sweet. We were the safer ones.
And guess what? You don't feel any rain.
Oh. Can we see the boat from where we are, or is it the glass covering?
Do you look back?
I would imagine. I just don't know how the glass is set up, if we can see past it or not once we're on the island.
I will say, because it is now darker, you can't tell if it's the shards blocking your view or if it's just that dark you cannot make the ship out.
Officially full split the party.
Yep.
That's fine.
I'm sure it's perfectly fine.
I guess before they head back, though, he's probably gonna double check to make sure there's nothing dangerous here in the area.
Oh, that's fair.
Because that would be what he would do. He'd look around, make sure there's no, like, creatures or anything that's gonna jump out at him if they bring everything back and all that.
No, fair. Go ahead and just roll me perception checks. Perception check. I'll roll with Riley. And see if you see anything.
That time it's a dirty 20.
Okay. What's Riley get? Well, he's not far behind you with the regular, just 19. Okay. Initially, no. But soon you do see, like, crabs or, little creatures that are kind of skittering out of the water onto land or back into the water from the land.
So the question I have, then, as they're looking around, the island doesn't have the glass shards on it, it's all just surrounding it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like jutting out from the edges of the
island. So it gave the illusion that it was covered completely.
Yep. Now that you're on it, you see tropical trees that don't go up maybe 15 feet. But you see like a jungle type area on this island. And it goes back a decent bit. You can maybe see 10 feet into the jungle.
Well, we got two choices. We either swim all the way back and get them, or we try to signal them and wait in the water.
I have a better question for you. With your 20, because this was the DC actually that I had set.
Good.
Do you happen to try and touch one of the glass shards?
Oh, don't make the curious being touch things. Oh, odds or even, somebody. Does he touch the thing? Does he get too curious?
Touch the thing.
Smart, didn't even tell me to roll, she just said touch it. He touches it, fine.
Your hand passes through it.
Oh, that's neat. That's fine.
What glass shards?
That explains nothing and everything at the same time. And now he's just frustrated. Like, god damn it.
I wonder where all these stories came from.
Now he's just gotten more curious about what this place is and who the hell's here. Yeah, he's gonna ask Riley if he thinks it's better for them to wait in the water and signal for them to come over, or if they should swim all the way back and bring them back.
Well, and he kind of looks out to the water. If we can't see them, I don't think they can see us.
Yeah, I could cast fire or bolt in the air and see if they see it.
That's true, you could. I'll go ahead and try. See what happens.
Sure. He's gonna do that.
Okay. Alright, and now we go back to the ship. Those on the ship. You see this creature circling, and it doesn't seem to be paying any attention to the ship. But first as well, geez, you were looking for a weapon. Nate was looking for weapons.
Yes, he was looking
Go
if there
ahead,
were any
roll me an
cannons on the
investigation.
ship. Okay.
Cannon, spear gun, something.
Yeah, anything. Oh. Maybe this is enough. 20.
20.
Yes.
There is not.
Has anyone else noticed the giant creature?
Oh yeah. Oh, at this point, it's almost impossible to miss.
Okay, good.
It is a very, very large creature. But it doesn't seem to be paying attention to the ship. It's not. It hasn't turned to bother the ship or anything. It's just kind of circling it.
Maybe if we're just very quiet, he won't come over here.
You know, my concern is if the other two try and get back.
Well, they're very small compared to the ship.
See
Yes,
you two talking over there.
Probably be fine.
Danika, probably about here. Seeing you two talking over there. Do you guys realize it's fucking raining?
Do you realize there's a thing in the water?
Yes, and it's not currently trying to kill us.
Well, that might change.
How closely are you guys watching this site?
I'm watching.
Yeah, everyone is just watching.
Okay, go ahead and continue what you're saying, Danica. I'll get a roll here in a minute.
I lost it.
Well,
It's raining. They mentioned the giant thing in the water.
I mentioned it's not currently trying to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
She said it might change its mind or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot. Move on.
Oh shit! Sorry. Those who are watching it really closely, roll me an insight check.
oh no.
Insight?
Inside into the big fish?
Yeah.
I
You
don't
say
think
fish, you can tell that's not a
I'm gonna be
fish.
so pissed.
Oh, trust me, this will be fun for me.
7.
13.
Okay, 7 to 13. 7, can't really tell. You see it circling. 13, however, is actually high enough for you to notice whenever it its head breaches the water, it doesn't even look at the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Its focus, its head turns back to the island. And then it goes back to circling. And you even notice because you are able to catch a glimpse of its head's positioning when it's in the water. It seems to be scanning the water around the ship.
Oh, it knows.
Don't say things like that.
I don't know what else to say.
Well, we have 3 options.
All right.
Drive the boat into the island.
Can't. Blocks in the way.
We can drive the boat away from the island.
Can't. Friends on the island.
We can stay still. So, really, we have one option.
What? No option that has throw a tea party for it.
Well, we could go downstairs and have drinks. I mean, none of us can do anything about that.
Oh, sure. You do happen to notice a flash of white in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Something large floats to the surface.
What is it?
She's a massive ice chunk. However, you look at it closely and you see a shape in it. Oh God, wrong way. Wrong way on the table.
Did it freeze a shark?
The fuck's a shark?
That points at thing.
That's a block of ice.
It's a big angry fish in a block of ice.
You could have just started with big angry fish.
I will say as well, the shark in the block of ice, probably a good 20 feet long.
Well,
20, 25.
at least we're not going to sink. Does anyone have anything for this?
No. Cal was just watching it. No.
I don't know.
Well, I think I've come up with option number 4.
That is?
We could ram the boat into the creature.
That sounds like a terrible plan. We should not do that.
Yes, I'm still soundly on option number 3 of not doing anything.
I don't know what to do. Everything I can do is... I don't... Because she has... Unless there's, like, lanterns on the ship, she's got, like, dancing lights up because she can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
Me.
There probably are lights on the ship.
Oh yeah, no, there's like little oil lanterns, which
Okay.
Okay, I say oil lanterns, not really. They look like oil lanterns, but it's kind of got like a little magic flame in it.
Gotcha.
It's not really powered by anything other than magic.
Yeah, player knowledge. Most of my I can't. The spells I have new.
Well, Nate has a you know, sword, so that's not gonna work. Yeah, I don't think he has a plan right now.
Okay.
And that's a long rest, so she can't do that. It's fine. Seraphina has no idea what to do at the moment because and the other part of her problem is anything that goes in that water is not going to hurt probably like she wants it to. So
Roll me perception checks.
here we go again. 7.
4, 5, 5. Huge difference there.
Totally.
Totally. Well, Kel kind of and points in the air in the direction of the island. And sees a ball of fire shoot up in the sky. It's a tiny, say tiny, but bolt of fire just.
Huh. You know, I'm starting to think we shouldn't have come here.
I have terrible thoughts, and I think I need to stay on the boat, otherwise I'm going to go through with those terrible thoughts.
Would you like to elaborate, or?
Considering the fact that they are very, very stupid and very intrusive, no. They involve me not being on the boat.
I would recommend being on the boat. At least until such a time as we steer it into the giant sea monster.
We should not do that.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So Felicity can communicate via feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any possible way, because Leo doesn't see any danger or anything, that she can communicate that they're safe or that the island is safe? For the moment.
Question.
If this would probably be like a few minutes after, if he gets like waiting thinking about it or something. Because he knows it's gonna take him time to get there, even if they saw it.
Yeah. I'd say it'd be kind of possible.
If that's even the feeling people get from her, yeah. I think until people start panicking or the thing starts attacking, I don't know if she would communicate to him they're not safe, because right now it's not doing anything. I guess that's up to you to determine what she would do, but he can't feel it from her. Well, no, he can. It's a weird communication between them.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to debate as far as how to describe that feeling that whoever would get.
Nervous, maybe?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. we don't get any sense of danger or nervousness from her.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
Probably because of the way it's acting.
And when you guys see, when Kelp was that bolt of fire out to you, the thing stopped circling.
Uh,
And began swimming back down into the water, into the deep.
That's concerning.
yeah, you know?
Or very bad.
And as it vanishes, the rain slopes until it stops. And the clouds part, and the sky is clear once more.
I have several questions. As to what in the heck that thing was.
Oh no. Well, I haven't seen that before. Still the best thing I've ever seen.
Apparently, it's a giant fucking lizard that likes to soak people.
It is currently not hostile. Oh, I wish we had a way to communicate with them.
Well, if they made it to land, then they're probably mostly safe.
Considering his pet isn't freaking the fuck out, that'd be a good guess.
Yeah, which now you take notice. It's kind of just... It's chill. And when you notice this, I will say, you do see her kind of like fly to the front of the ship. We just kind of look off. Doesn't seem worried at all, just kind of just sitting there watching.
Hamtaro's still staring at me.
No, not once it started raining and everything. It would have kind of went over to the edge and just kind of stared, like over the edge, but like to a point where it couldn't go anywhere else.
Good. It got distracted.
For now.
It's fine.
Is it fine?
Yep.
Okay, so this thing is just circling.
Not anymore.
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Dove. The sun is back.
Not sun. It's night.
Oh, the moon is back.
Yeah, it's moon, stars. It's clear. Rain has stopped everything. It is clear now.
Maybe it was just seeing if we were safe? If we meant harm?
Maybe it was hungry.
If it was hungry, it would have attacked.
Did make a shock icicle.
Let's just keep an eye out for it, and for the other two, and hopefully... hopefully it doesn't come back, or if it does, it's not hostile.
Ah, they didn't realize that was a signal from Leo. Got it.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
We failed.
Mhm.
Failed our perception checks.
Well, Kel pointed it out. You guys just...
Kel pointed it out.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. That's my
I said
bad.
he pointed out a bolt of fire.
I did hear that. I apologize. My brain. I'm not here. I'm sorry. She breathed fire? Or wait, a bolt of fire
Bolt of
from
fire in the
from the
direction of
island.
the island.
like... Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that the first time. That makes sense.
They made it to the island then.
That seems to make the most sense. So we just stay here, and everything is fine.
Or we could go join them.
But what if the big fish freezes the boat?
Then we will figure that out when we get back.
Someone should probably stay here and make sure it doesn't happen. Maybe?
Oh, you're just trying to come up with excuses not to go.
I'm trying to come up with excuses not to get stranded.
Well, I mean... The only way I'm going to get really over there is with help. I'm not fast.
Alright, let's go. And hope that that thing isn't paying attention anymore.
Danika,
So-
you coming?
Yeah, I was about to say, you two are going. Are you checking to see if the two barbarians are going?
Yeah. She's looking back at the other two.
Yeah, that
Danika, Kelly, you got... Do you two come?
I'm
With
gonna
us?
prepare for a tea party.
What?
I'm staying on the fucking boat.
Are you sure?
Is there a particular reason you want to be on the boat that almost just sank, or...?
You talk too much.
That's code word for I don't want to talk about it. Correct? Am I wrong?
She just stares at you.
Okay, I'm getting in the water. Cal, would you like to come?
Well, he's about to answer, and then you all hear, like, metal clank against wood. Towards, like, the bow of the ship,
Gonna look.
which I believe is front of the ship.
Yeah.
Felicity's still there, just calmly just watching. And you hear another clank followed by a few more.
Also
No.
going to look.
Yeah, gonna go wander over.
Well, now you see hooks that are now against the wood of the ship.
Oh dear.
And there's ropes pulled very tightly attached to them.
Do the ropes lead down into the water?
Yes, they do. And you see 5 shapes with these ropes tied around them
Oh dear.
as the ship begins to move
Oh dear.
towards
What
the
do the
island.
shapes look like?
I'll just show you the image because it is clear outside now. Nope, that is not the...
And we're moving
Right.
where?
towards the island.
I didn't think we could get close to the island. This is going to be bad.
But I'll show you them, and that is when we'll cut to the other people again.
Oh.
Huh.
The pretty eels.
Don't we have the anchor dropped?
There is no anchor.
No.
Oh, we're just floating? We don't have an anchor. How did
We did. No, we did. We did have an anchor.
No,
Oh,
the ship was
Oh,
just
no.
stopped.
Oh. I thought
Remember,
we-
it's not powered by wind.
Oh, got it, yeah.
It is magically enchanted.
we need to reverse. We need to magically reverse.
We must go back.
Well,
Yeah.
since he knows we're gonna be waiting a while, he's not gonna wander too far, but he is gonna look around.
So, I'm just gonna get like to the edge of the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay. You get to the edge of the jungle, and you do hear sounds from within it.
Like
You kinda-
animals or.
Yeah, you hear like things through leaves and climbing trees, like sounds of birds or insects or anything. You hear it all. I mean, jungles are not quiet places.
Yeah.
No matter how much movies want to try and portray them as possibly quiet places. Everything makes noise.
It's only quiet if there's something wrong or dangerous nearby.
That is true. Where everything else is trying to hide.
Mhm.
That's when you know, get the fuck out.
So to him, being the nature person he is, that's a good sign.
Yeah, you know nothing. Everything is as it should be currently. Which is why what you see next doesn't startle you. As you're looking, you do see a glowing pair of eyes kind of stare back at you from a distance.
Does it look like a predator type of eyes? Like, is it big?
Humanoid, but also draconic.
Ah. He's just gonna stand there like,
And you stare for a moment, and the eyes begin to get closer. This is where I'm going to move you and Riley's tokens
Riley?
over. You know what? I'm gonna move you, over here. Just kind of away from the boat.
Hey, Riley?
He's kind of like examining the fake crystals that aren't actually there, and possibly what could be causing them. And he kind of turns and looks. What did you do?
I looked.
What did you anger?
Nothing.
From out of the trees of the jungle and the plants. I need to increase the token size. Don't mind me. Actually, no. Token size fine.
No, yeah.
Except, he's not currently holding the book. He looks incredibly weak. Like his body is slightly shaky and everything. The approaches, he even has like a big walking stick.
Hello?
I see. You finally arrived.
You were expecting us?
One of you.
That's concerning.
No, actually, your friends will be here soon.
Oh, good. I'm sure they love that.
They're a dense group, aren't they?
I have no comment, so I don't get in trouble later.
No, it is not. the spire, by the way. It is not him. Yeah.
So, what exactly were you waiting for?
I suppose that is still not my story to tell for you.
Right.
For now, you may call me as AS, by the way.
Nice
I know.
to meet you, I think. Thought no one lived here.
No one on the mainland does know that, do they? Means that's worked. All my defenses and spreading of false tales.
Sorry, we got a bit curious.
Feel like it might be something more than that, like something hold you here.
Do you know what happened to all the people that tried to come here before?
Unfortunately, those were also stories. Well, the ones that tried to come here, at least.
What about the missing teams?
Oh, no, unfortunately, that happened a decent bit off the coast. Like, that, unfortunately, was not the work of stories, or... I'm sure you saw some of the denizens of the water. Large demon-like sharks.
Yeah.
Well,
I
many
take
believe...
I take it we got lucky that they didn't notice us.
Oh, yes.
Good.
When one sees you, the other 9 appear.
He just looks at Riley like, well, shit.
Many believe the hells are fire and lava. Nothing aquatic really happens there. But no, they have waters the same as any other plane. There's been a bleed, you see. Some things still belong in these waters have holded home and are attracted to the power that is on this island, or that exists around.
Hmm. Interesting.
That's all fascinating, old man. But what are you doing on this island?
Curiosity. A sense of
That
stupidity.
was Riley. That was
Oh,
Riley
okay.
to the old man.
Oh, okay, that would be his answer if the guy had asked, though.
Oh no, that's fair. 100% fair. Well, place for me to hide and live out the rest of my days. As well, age may not take me. I'm hoping some sort of something else may.
That's ominous.
Well,
Cryptic.
we can either wait here for your friends or leave them a trail that leads them to where I'll be taking you.
Look at Riley. Are we that curious?
I don't know, you tell me.
I am, but I'm also not terribly stupid. Completely.
Very well, we can wait for them to approach. Besides, your ship is still in perfect condition. A friend helped protect it from any wandering denizens of the deep.
Look, guys, you made a friend.
Oh, you're about to learn something very funny about said friend.
So all those stories about what happened in this island aren't true?
No. Well, at one point, maybe. When I got here, everything was perfectly fine. Trees had grown, and animals began calling it home. Some curious ruins, but mostly old script of bygone people. Civilizations that no longer exist.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll wait for the others then.
Oh, it shouldn't take them too long. More friends, I think, to elect them.
Right, I'm gonna just wait over there for them then. I'll be right back.
Take them. Alright, so let's actually go back to the ship now.
You know.
We're still afloat.
Yeah! The ship is afloat, just moving at a steady pace in the direction of the island.
Uh, this is how do we stop? Can we
I can't. I can't. Like you see him like moving a lever back and forth up on the thing near the wheel. He's like, I can't. It won't stop. It won't back up.
Oh dear.
I think the ship is cursed.
I think they disabled the magic.
We could cut the ropes.
Do you try?
Are they within reach?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna survey opinions before doing anything.
Can I get a closer look at these hooks and ropes to see what we're dealing with here?
Investigation check.
Nate will also look because he is interested.
Okay,
in cutting
yeah,
the
sure. Go ahead, both of you.
Not great. That's only a 14.
rope. I got a natural one.
Oh no.
So with a 14, Spire, you still roll decent enough to get some information off.
Mm-hmm.
The hooks, it sounded like metal when they hit the ship. On closer inspection, they're like very hard and black and what appears to be a bone material. Can't tell from what or anything like that, though. It's a rope. What's the rope?
Hmm?
What's the rope?
Looks like rope. Can't tell anything different from it with for 14. you guys do? Nate has put forth the idea of cutting the rope.
Yes.
I mean, we could attempt. Can I, like, just kind of poke at the rope?
Feels like
Or
rope.
am I, okay.
Looks like rope. Feels like rope.
We can definitely try, see what we can do, because I'm not sure going there is a great idea, at
Yeah.
least in the boat.
Okay, Nate is gonna take out the short sword and try and slice one of the ropes.
Roll a hit.
Okay. That should be enough. 20.
Nice.
Your sword makes contact. However, it does nothing.
How does it like pass through? Does it just not
No.
slice?
When you make contact, Seraphina, it looks like rope and you touched it, it felt like rope. You swear it did.
Mm-hmm.
Sword makes contact and you hear like the clang of like it hit off scales.
Jeez.
It hit off the scaly hide of something.
I think it's going to be hard to cut this.
Very possibly, because that feels... I think we're in trouble.
Yes, I think we've been in trouble. Do we have anything else we can cut this with? Or are we just going to go to the island? Because to be honest, how much worse could it get?
Don't say that!
Well, I'm going to go ahead and speed things up a little bit. We'll speed things up a bit by saying, as you guys contemplate possibilities of what to do with this, the ship gets within 50 feet of the end of one of these shards and just keeps going. Gets closer and closer, and the ship passes through it.
What?
You all pass through it. And as soon as you pass through it, you see through it. You see a jungle island.
Well, that's interesting.
Tonight is full of surprises.
And there, and as you now get to that area, the hooks now detach and withdraw off the ship.
They
Ship
do?
itself kind of keeps drifting forward until you feel the jolt of it like making contact with land.
Mm-hmm.
But like this soft little gets lodged and then that kind of thing. And they're sitting, on the island. Riley's kind of sitting on the like sand part of it. Leo, where are you at?
He's probably standing nearby, just waiting
Okay.
for him.
You see Leo and you see an old man,
This is... Alright. Seraphina's gonna get off the boat.
Feels
Kel
like
jumps
over
down after you.
gonna lean over to Riley. Should we tell him that it was very dangerous for us to swim here if one of those sharks saw us, or should we just pretend it was safe the whole time?
I am willing to play dumb if you are.
Alright, then we'll just make them feel bad for being left behind.
About time you all joined us.
Yes? Hello? What in the world?
Yeah, turns out that's fake.
Apparently!
Danika from up in the boat. No shit.
Yeah, it was completely safe to swim here. I mean, I wish you guys had joined us. It was a great view.
Oh. Just kind of pout.
Walking off the boat, just gerbil, like just palming the head of the gerbil.
I'm not a good swimmer.
Pat her on that. I'll bring you next time.
Oh, you fucking missed it. We had a tea party with a giant snake. He brought shark sickles, apparently.
Huh. Neat.
There was a very large, eel or something that stuck at the boat, and then he vanished, which he caused some crazy weather, and then
That
these other
explains
eels
why
shut
we're
up.
all wet.
It was
Yeah.
a sea serpent. It was a
By
giant.
the way, can you make the dry happen, or is that not a thing you can do?
Not one of my abilities.
Hold on. You hear the old person speak for the first time. One moment, he kind of waves his walking stick, and all of you dry
Oh, that's helpful.
simultaneously.
You bring him the rest of his stuff. Fire.
I think so. Yes.
If you had his stuff, you have it.
Yes. She will give Leo back his stuff.
Yay. You know, mimic.
Oh, probably. But yeah, and you see him kind of looking over each and every one of you. And
I know.
his eyes rest on Danika for a short bit. Hello, Dragonkin.
Come here.
And he's just kind of looking over each of you, and the only one he keeps going back to, and, you know, keeping his gaze on longer, is not Danika.
Oh.
Leo.
Mm-hmm.
You do feel his gaze, you know, quite often. But, you know, before you could, like, fully realize it, it's best you all follow me. Stay close. Don't wander off into the thicker parts of the jungle, please.
Alright.
And he starts off.
We're following a strange old man into the middle of an island?
Well, it turns out a lot of the stories aren't true.
Huh.
This is arguably the least dangerous thing we've done today.
Let's go! Seraphina's off. Following.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excuse me, sir, what's your name?
For now, you can call me Ass. And that, like I said, AS.
Yep. Thank you.
Welcome to my, I guess you could call this my retirement home. While I wait for this world to take me.
Interesting.
Again, that sounds very cryptic.
Very.
Well, there's not been much need for me the last millennia.
Neat for you? And millennia?
He's not
Something-
gonna say anything.
Yeah, so something clicks. It makes sense to you now, Leo.
Mm-hmm.
With the eyes you saw.
He's gonna keep his mouth shut.
And I would say during this walk, the rest of you pick up on what Riley and Leo saw earlier, how weak he seems. Shaky and everything in his steps and moves. After a bit of walking, you see like some animals kind of like scurry off. You hear things like against the leaves on the ground and the different foliage. And the darker it gets in the jungle, you notice the top of his staff does begin to glow. But like a dullish blue. So enough to where it's not not interfering with the rest of the area around. But just enough for you all to see. Eventually, following you eventually do come to a clearing that kind of comes to a head against this stone. I don't want to say mountain because it's not quite high enough to be a mountain. Probably rises a good 30 feet. Stone rock face, that'll work. To the side, you see a you see a pool of water that itself is glowing within it. And it is very clear, glowing water.
Ready?
Next to that, you do see a shack of sorts that like butts right up against this rock face. He approaches the door and welcome. Follow on in, and he will open the door and enter.
You're going.
Yep.
As you all enter, for about 10 feet, it does look like a shack from the inside. And for all intents and purposes, it is. Until you get to where the back wall would be, had it just been the shack. Like I said, it would butt up against the stone rock face. You all, from that point, enter a cave that has been lined with wood slats to still give a wooden wall appearance.
Huh.
Curves into tunnels and wider cavern-like rooms. Some with ceilings as high as 20 feet. Bookshelves lined with some books that are covered in dust at this point. They're older books. Some alchemy supplies. Just it looks how you would imagine I don't know how to describe it other than like somebody who devoted their life to learning every aspect of magic, alchemy, just history, knowledge. It looks like what you would imagine a house of that kind of person would look like.
Seraphina is in heaven.
Both of them are. They're both looking around with like this awe, like, ooh. There's so much stuff.
And some of the alchemy stuff, like the vials, you can tell they have a layer of dust on them. Like they haven't actually been used in a long time. He approaches a chair as far as next to a side table, and he kind of motions to some other chairs that are just kind of scattered around. If you wish to sit and speak, pull up a chair, you know. If not, just feel free to explore. Do not.
Looks at Seraphina. Explore? They're gone.
I will keep that in mind, and we'll have you guys roll something here in a little bit.
They're
Nate or
hand holding and running off.
Yep.
Fair. Nate or Danika, do either of you sit and talk with this man, or do you also kind of explore around, look at stuff?
Nate will probably sit with him, but he's probably not interested in exploring around all of the magical stuff.
Oh, no, that's fair. No, that's fair.
Danika would have taken a seat near an entrance with very little interest in what's going on right now.
That's fair. Do you converse with the man, Nate?
Yes. He'd probably say something like, so the crystals surrounding the island are fake.
Yes, I felt the need to keep others away, keep my peace here.
So, are you responsible for the sea serpent, or was it just very convenient?
I created that one a couple hundred years ago.
Huh. Is there a particular reason we're not a block of ice right now, or are you just feeling generous today?
Because you're not enemies of the one I was expecting.
Fair enough.
I made sure to instruct it to protect you all.
Well, I suppose since nothing bad actually happened, can't complain.
Unfortunately, with power as great as however, you do have the side effect of the weather in a region changing slightly whenever he does surface.
Yes,
But
you might want to consider employing servants with better speaking skills.
I wouldn't call him a servant. He circles and feeds how he wishes. He calls the deepest portion of these caverns his home when he's not swimming around the open sea around the island. It's his home as much as it is mine.
Don't you ever get lonely out here?
You could say I'm used to being alone. Was the first of my kind at one point, so it isn't an unfamiliar thing for me.
Looks like you've made a nice place for yourself.
It's a nice place to retire and keep the troubles of the outside world away, while also just waiting out the rest of my days.
It might be a good idea to keep an eye on those two while they look around, by the way. They don't have a particularly good track record for not touching things.
Yeah, fine. Besides, most of it I don't use much myself anymore. While you all here, if you ever come back, you can feel free to use any of it. Read any of the books. Think of this as a safe haven. It has its own protections outside of the shield of the crystals nobody wants to approach.
Well, thank you for your hospitality.
Of course. I can have some food made for everyone here soon. Just give me a moment to regain a bit of my strength.
Take all the time that you need.
All right. I need the two of you who ran off to explore. Roll me investigation checks to see what kinds of things you find right away.
Investigation. 16.
Not terrible.
22.
22.
16 for me.
Okay. That were both pretty decent rolls. Let's start with the... No. Even though you guys ran off together, I'm going to give you different things. And obviously the things Seraphina would see, you would make note of. But with his 22, I'm sure his interest will be pulled elsewhere. So you guys are kind of run off and you run down one of the tunnels. And it does open up into another cavern with more books and more supplies and stuff like that. You do... First thing catching your eyes are some outward supplies, some not dust covered, some like recently had been used. You see some old looking items, like old, like a couple hundreds of years old, sitting on shelves above some of these bookshelves. Some of the books you guys find detail portions of history neither of you are familiar with. This is stuff that has never been either taught to you or spoken of. It's almost as if it's like forgotten knowledge. Amongst all that, yeah. As you're poking around some of the bookshelves, you do see what looks like a giant animal hide covering something on the wall. And I will give you the option. I'm not going to say you do this or not. I'll give you the option. Do you pull the animal hide down?
Yes.
Okay. You pull it down, and behind it, hanging on the wall, you see this giant tapestry depicting almost like a lineage tree. I will say, you can't make out the words in it. Just read Draconic. You can read Draconic. Just looks like it might be based on Draconic, but not current Draconic.
Interesting.
See, it branches from 1 at the top to 3, and one of the 3 branches into a region, into a colorful area that, when I say colorful, it's just a different color from the rest of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It depicts a land of fire and shadows, and you see it. That line then branches off into many other things. The other one branches off into a few different beings. The last one only branches off into 5. Well, 5 it branches off to us to the side. It does branch off to a 6th, which then branches off into a handful of other types.
Interesting.
I will say the one thing you notice about it, you are able to notice that the first one, the 3 after it, and some of the ones that branch off the others, you are able to tell they're dragons.
Neat. Very large family tree.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Who the hell's flying over right now?
Yes.
Hold on, guys. Keep your nighttime drills over near the base.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably just gonna kind of like examine it for a bit and then move on. He'll probably ask the guy about it later.
There. Yeah, you as you look around, you guys also like look at the alchemy supplies and stuff, and there's some strange things you've never heard of, and you notice he has like a few planters even. Have things growing in them, and things growing are some of the things you can't identify.
Mm.
That's always a good sign.
Oh yeah. It's a fun little place. You guys keep on exploring.
Yeah, probably, unless we're called back at some point.
Well, I was going to say a little bit passes. I'd say about an hour of you guys are able to just explore to your heart's content and just see as much of it as you can see before. You do hear, it doesn't carry very well, but you do hear his voice. I do have some food prepared for those who wish to eat.
Right.
Hungry little bean.
Food.
Yeah, if you don't eat now, you'll end up all night staring at this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading back.
Yeah. Heading on back.
Fair. Does Danika and Nate go eat? I mean, obviously Kel's going to. So I had no point in me even asking that. of myself.
Yeah, Nate is good to go eat.
Okay.
She most likely wouldn't go too far from where she was originally and just munch on some jerky.
Okay. As you also done, you see a different collection of foods in front of you. You see some berries, you see some different types of plants mixed into other things like meats and stuff like that. Like it looks like a decent bit of food. He sits, you all sit around, and he just motions to help yourself. Help yourselves.
Thanks.
Yeah, don't have to tell Seraphina twice. She says thank you and like immediately.
I will say none of you are sure how it's going to taste initially. It's actually really good.
Num.
Nom 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 nom.
After he lets you guys eat for a bit, eat something a little bit himself. But he'll kind of look at the two of you. So, did you enjoy as far as any of the things you saw?
I am quite curious what you are growing and how and those. There were so many things in there that I did. They don't teach any of that in school.
I suppose they don't. So much more has happened in the world since then. It's hard to teach all of it anymore. I suppose they do skip the first several thousand years.
How do you have all of that information?
Well, you can say I am an avid collector of history in which I was around for.
What?
Quite a family history you got there.
I see you located the tapestry.
Yeah, just didn't read it.
No, the dialect of ours has evolved a bit over the last several hundreds of years. I guess it's now time to reveal. Told you all to call me but truthfully, you can call me Asgarath, the first dragon.
What, you didn't
Just-
realize it's Seraphina?
Just not as powerful as I used to be. Many believe me to be dead, some still believe that I'm around. And those are the ones that keep me alive now.
That's what you meant by waiting.
Time forgets everyone eventually, no matter what you do or what you start. Just waiting for the day that I'm the fading thought of one of the last ones who remembers.
Actually, kind of sad to think about.
It is, but I believe the world that us original creators brought forth is in good hands. At least my portion of it is. Besides, 3 of you are connected to my children.
Did he ever know about Danika's thing? Did anyone ever tell him this?
I think it was kind of explained, but I don't remember.
I know you guys all saw it, but not him or Riley, so unless you guys told him afterwards.
I do not remember off the top of my head at the moment. Drag, can you confirm or deny what people know? Who knows what?
I feel fairly certain that Danika has not told him shit.
Yeah, I was about to say
Okay.
I was about to say yeah. I think Fox is right on the. Him and Riley don't know because I think that stuff was all revealed when Leo went to visit Riley in the city.
Yeah, he's gonna give this confused look. 3?
Well, you'll look at you first. You call my daughter your guardian angel. You'll look at Riley. You've grown a bit in your desires and your need for protection almost. See what my son took a liking to you and guides you a bit. And he does look at Danika over at a distance. My eldest, I sense, has chosen you to be his bearer.
Barely hearing that, she'll just like sigh and walk into that room. Still palming this rodent.
Oh yeah. Riley will look. I can take him back now, and we'll kind of reach out for.
You just now noticed. Releases it into his hands.
No, I figured you would have given him back sooner, or at least stopped holding him by his skull.
You thought wrong.
I.
What are we talking about in here?
This is Asgaroth, the first dragon.
Right.
So I've explained to them, 3 of you are connected to my children. Just so happens you're connected to my eldest.
Okay then.
I get the feeling it wasn't a coincidence we all ended up back together. Or we all ended up together.
No, I'd say not. You go. Look at Seraphina.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Your professor's a very interesting man.
My professor.
Yes, he paid me a visit a couple months back. Kind of. I don't think he meant to end up here. He looked quite startled by what he saw.
That sounds like him.
He and I had a sit-down chat, and he asked me questions, and he seemed intrigued and continued on his journey. Could not tell you where, unfortunately. I apologize. I know you seek him.
Well, we have a lead. At least we know he's been here in the past couple months. still alive, more than likely.
That's, I suppose, good news.
Well, I did send something with him on his way. That way, he'd have a bit more safety. So if he shows up somewhere random again, he didn't get accosted by any denizens.
Oh, that's good. I thank you. I'm guessing he's teleporting around.
Oh, indeed. I think he might have broken whatever device he had. I could sense planar magic from it, but I think something might have broken and it just teleports him anywhere, including between planes.
That's... Oh, Professor.
Pat you on the shoulder.
Just that, oh shit.
It's okay. I know. I'm sorry.
Those times I want to say something, but it's not in universe, so I can't work with it. Shuffle.
I'm not shuffling.
Well, thank you for helping him and letting me know. I'm guessing he spoke of me if you,
He said you were bound to be worried, and that he had a very bright-eyed student who's eager to learn. That he hoped he could eventually stop teleporting everywhere. And that if somehow you came across me, I would pass alone.
thank you.
So can he not control when he teleports or something?
Oh no, he can. It's just not where. It's the where's the problem, it seems.
Maybe the reason your letter hasn't opened then is because he hasn't gotten to where he's been trying to go.
I haven't either.
I'll be very honest with you guys right now, DM to players. Where he goes has been a result of a D100 roll.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he could just accidentally run across us at any given point.
Yes. 100% possible.
Literally.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
As for the mention of the plants, as far as we saw growing, these are things that no longer grow in nature. The ground and nutrients the world produces no longer support the growth of these once thriving plants. They have their own purposes, some medicinal, some are poisons. I use them mostly for pests that make their way in here. Others I just quite like the smell of.
Fair.
Thankfully, you haven't made it to any of the tunnels that lead deeper underground yet. If you wish, I can show you that at some point. As I explained to your friend here, kind of nodded Nate's direction. The very deep cavern below the island is where that draconic serpent you all saw, well, group that was on the ship anyways. Where it resides when it's not swimming around the water at night.
So you're saying we could get a closer look?
You could. He will not bring you any harm. He was created as a protector.
The childish of me to say I kind of want to go pet it.
Not at all. Good luck, however. The water it resides in down there is much colder than any ice you would ever come across.
Oh, good.
It free flows and is not frozen over.
Huh. Don't get in the water. Good to know.
My suggestion is do not. Mostly because I also don't know what else could be lurking in there. It is quite a large pool of water. He kind of looks around at the rest of you, and I will say Bagwort did not come from the ship. He stayed on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
The last you saw of him, he seemed to be like tying part of his ship to one of like trees.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And as I also told him, feel free to use any of the supplies you see, any books, anything of that nature. I don't use most of them anymore. And I believe it still exists. I'll have to go check the door and see if I have to add any power to it, but there is a way for you all to get back, should you choose, at any time you wish.
Okay.
As I say, this is a safe haven. Nothing gets in or out of it without my knowledge, without my say. Silent, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean there aren't dangerous things here. It's just the way nature is. Nature requires a balance.
Now, there's a very curious researcher that wants to explore this island.
When you return to Mistralis, tell him he is free to come here.
I think he would love that.
He's free to come here. He's just not to tell anyone else he is coming here.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only exception. Which, if you're meaning who I think you're meaning, he seems to like to keep his research secret.
Fair enough.
I will also request my fish back. It was a prototype when I did not have enough strength to create the original serpent. It was the byproduct.
You talking about the lizard guy?
Yes.
Because there were two people trying to research it. It was the one at the museum-ish place.
One of the museum and then rec bar as far as there in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's hoping you mean Lizard Man.
He'll get that quickly. He was meaning the other one, but if that's not the one he was given permission for, then
Gotcha.
yeah, he'll understand. Oh, no, you
Gotcha.
need that one. I'll tell that one, okay. Did I tell
Yeah,
the other one I didn't find anything then?
I would request you do.
That's the one that's been sending the teams, so I imagine you don't want a bunch of people just scouring the island.
I don't want them to know what resides here.
Understandable.
Well,
As I
tell them we
state.
couldn't get on the island. If they keep trying, they keep trying.
As I stated before, the plants here are ones that no longer grow elsewhere. And some of the animals that reside here no longer reside elsewhere. So even if they do make it onto the island, I don't think they'd leave.
Well, they haven't had much progress getting past the sharks.
It's true.
Alright, you didn't know about the sharks.
Oh dear.
Well, no, I believe they at least saw one. Although, our friend may or may not have seen it first.
So you guys didn't hear me when I literally said shark sickle. This is Danika speaking.
Well, I mean, we didn't realize you were playing a game.
No, wait. Sorry, my brain just...
I was about to say, where the f did your brain just go?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm like, what this about games? What?
I don't know. I apologize.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
I don't know where my brain is. Please ignore me. My apologies.
Or the shark sickle.
It seems one of the creatures of the deep here spotted your friend's ship while you all were on the island, and, well, the Leviathan decided to keep it from attacking it.
That explains a lot.
It made itself a frozen snack. How cute.
It was
I
very
believe it
big.
even brought it back. You may still see portions of it floating in the water down there.
Huh,
Mmm.
fun.
Yummy. Oh. I think I'm gonna do a little more exploring and then I'm gonna go to bed because it's late.
It is quite late.
You will find some beds that are suitable for sleep. I have cleaned off enough for you all to sleep on them. They're no longer coated in dust.
Thank you.
I'd rather take a tree outside.
I would highly recommend you do not.
Great.
She's not a fan of caverns.
Instead, take one of the trees down in the terrarium.
Okay, sure, whatever.
Get up and start heading off to go explore some more.
Thank you for the food. It was very good. And she's going to go as well. She wants to take notes about everything as much as she can.
Fair. I'm gonna message you, Jay.
Okay. Fair. Okay. So after eating, I'm sure both Leo and Seraphina kind of branch off together again.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else kind of goes on their separate things. He will show you to one of the underground trees he was mentioning, Danika. That way you have a tree, but not one out in the death zone. I will say, actually, with that, when he shows you to the chamber that it's in, you think you're outside initially.
We found tree.
Yes.
Okay.
And like I said, you even feel like you're outside. But, what does Nate do once he finishes eating?
Nate is going to look for somewhere to sleep.
Somewhere to sleep. Okay. It doesn't
He's
take
like-
long.
He's like, it's been too long of a day. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So watch
And it's a
is out of
proper
his
bed.
depth.
It's not one of these ship beds that you saw.
Yes, exactly.
You were told proper bed.
Extra bonus.
That's not too hard. You do because he would have motioned in a direction of one of the tunnels that would have led to where Moose would be. And you are able to find just one of the empty rooms. Just go in and settle in.
Sounds good. That is what he will do.
All right. Two of them branched off. You go off exploring, and is Seraphina looking for anything specific?
Not really. What she's basically doing is like I mostly revisiting some of the stuff she found and is taking as many notes as she can.
Okay.
About like both the plants and just like the history things, and just she's going to be very like getting as much written down about this place as she can, just so she has memories and notes of it somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Then the only investigation check I'll request is from Leo.
Yay. Now she get it. Does he get advantage because he actually has his dragon with him this time?
You know what? Yeah, you get advantage, but it's not because of Felicity.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, good.
That's much better. That would be a 25. That's
Okay.
much better than a 10.
You? Hmm. Yeah. One of the bookshelves actually near that tapestry. You find a couple books that are just caked in dust. You turn some pages and you find information regarding both of them.
Okay.
Even some interesting things. For instance, where their original temples are.
Nice. That's getting marked on this map.
I will give you those locations after session,
Okay.
as well as I will get whatever information I can dig up as far as the plants and stuff for you or Seraphina.
Fair. Honestly, he'll probably just find a place to sit down and to read it till he passes out.
That is very fair. Like I said, feel free to use the books and everything as you please. So,
The nerds are going to be up very late. They're not making it to their beds.
No, they're gonna be found sometime in the morning.
well, those of you who go to bed, you do get some sleep. The other two, you end up passing out while working on stuff. Danika.
Oh.
Here,
Hello.
as you sleep in the tree,
Excellent.
you're able to rest. You're able to get, good night's sleep and everything. You do have a dream. And it's not, not a nightmare related to as far as your past or anything. It's just more you see yourself in a cave. It's not a small cave by any means. All around you on the walls are gemstones of every color. Looking everywhere, it's almost a calming feeling. And you just feel the peace of safety for the first time ever, honestly. That is it.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, good. After passing out, you two like a having a dream. Like you're Danika, not a nightmare. Whereas as far as what happened to you. However, this one is an interesting one because you're in a place you don't recognize. Well, I take that back. You do, kind of. you see forest. Colored leaves and flowers growing on trees and bushes. You see ladders leading up trees into homes built amongst the limbs, branches. You can see homes built into the thick trunks of some of these huge trees. You're not walking, but you feel your vision move as if you are. And you appear in front of one of those trees with a trunk. Well, one of the homes built. You stand there for a moment, and you hear sounds of animals, bird-type creatures, kind of from the distance, just aesthetically type sounds. The door opens, and again, your vision just kind of moves forward as if you're walking, but your vision's all moves. Inside, you see an older woman sitting in a chair. Rocking chair appears to be knitting. And at first, it looks like she's just knitting a blanket or something until you focus in on the symbols and the most of the symbols and images. You realize she's sewing a tapestry. She's knitting a tapestry. And it does bear similarities to the one you just located. However, you're not able to really make out any of the symbols, like what they are or anything like that. Except you do hear, as she's sitting there rocking, she doesn't look up in the direction where you're seeing from. The weave has its purposes. The weave directs all. The weaver will tell you a story, child. It won't let you fall. That is all you see.
You've been giving me damn poems, god damn it. Good riddles.
After your sleeps, however, Danika, you awaken in your tree. Nate, you awaken in your bed. Kel and Riley awaken in beds. Seraphina and Leo, you awaken in beds.
Oh my god, we actually got a long rest despite staying up way late.
Seraphina, next to your bed is a side table. All your papers, you're taking notes on your journal, and even some extra books you hadn't pulled out yourself are sat neatly stacked. Leo, the books you had been looking through, along with a couple others, are stacked neatly on the side of one of yours.
Are we all like in the same room or
No,
different rooms?
you're all in separate rooms.
Oh, okay.
You're all in separate rooms.
Huh.
He's gonna look through the books and everything.
There you go, just
Yeah.
back to look through books.
Yeah, scan through them and everything real quick.
I'll just give you a little bit of extra things as far as some of the books that you hadn't actually grabbed. You don't actually recognize the side of these ones. You don't remember seeing these ones on the shelf. You look, and several portions of it are the old Dragon Dial.
Mm-hmm.
But some is more recent ones you'll be able to make out. And it tells of the failed uprising of a demon lord, of the personification of darkness and chaos, trying to take the realm of dragons out. And you will see markings in the. You see markings in like the latter pages, where it looks like somebody had scribbled in just simply the phrases. I tried, but it didn't succeed. I may not be able to defeat him, but he never defeated me. The other book has details of a hidden kingdom in the Feywild. How at one point some dragons had tried to shed their natures and just live amongst people. And just live as others did. And how, unfortunately, that kingdom ended up overrun. And is, well, at least at the time, you can tell this is an older book, but at the time of this writing, was controlled by a very cruel man.
By what?
A very cruel man. No names or anything, just... It's almost as if the names were unknown at the time of writing.
Mm-hmm.
This is just knowledge that was passed along. Yeah. And like I said with Seraphina, I'll pass along as far as some stuff regarding some of the plants and things like that.
Okay.
Danika, as you're still up in the tree, you feel something bump against your leg.
She looks.
You see a snake.
Let's just not disturb her as much as I would expect she would. No, she would not be. She's what kind of snake?
Interestingly enough, because you'd been living out in the forest and everything, away from people. You've seen your share of snakes. Even though, yes, you were under that feeble mind collar, you even as a primal feral individual, there's still an instinct of danger or not. This is not a creature you're familiar with seeing. It was one you never encountered while you were out in the forest, evading people. This is unfamiliar, but at the same time, you still get that sense of you're in no danger. It doesn't appear to be anything bad. It's probably about 10 feet long, from head to tip of tail. But it's also just kind of coiled around this branch, avoiding like your legs and stuff. But it appears to have just kind of bumped into you as it's making its way as far as along the tree.
Awesome.
Now that it's, you've awoken, like I said when he brought you here, you could swear you outside, and now that you're awake, that feeling kind of continues, because it almost feels as if the sun is out. But you're still in a cave.
She shall hop out of the tree, walk to what she associates as the meeting place. All the while thinking, magic is fucking annoying.
You at least think that's magic.
Magic is bullshit. It makes all the fun stuff happen. There's no way this isn't magic. Thanks to Barbarian, who is very little, Dill's very little.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Everything is magic when you don't know what magic is.
Nate.
Yeah.
You awaken. You also have things on your side table.
Huh.
One is... Well, I mean, obviously, you would have taken off your gear and stuff before you slept. Your sword, your short sword is kind of laid on the side table. Not in its sheath. But it's really sharpened. It's... The handle, it seems to be like newly wrapped in a material. What kind of short sword do you have?
He has an ordinary short sword, but he mainly uses a rapier.
Okay. Well, this is going with a fun description then. I thought you used a rapier mainly. You look and propped up against the side of the side table is your rapier. That one, however, isn't a sheath. Well, sort of. It's more something is kind of there to protect the tip of the rapier. You notice there are some differences with that as well. The hilt of it isn't the way it was before. It too has been wrapped in a new material. And even see a glint of something along the edge of it. Upon further inspection, the tip is much sharper, and I'm going to need you to do me a favor. Mark your rapier is now a +1 rapier.
Nice. Okay, I'll write that down. Oh, it's already it's already +1.
I will change it to +2.
Sweet. Okay. Nice.
But yeah. After a bit, do the rest of you make your way to the rooms, or the room as far as where you all were the night before?
Maybe he might be just sitting there reading. To be fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I was about to say, there was still a lot, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
we were
unless
left
somebody
books.
Yeah. They left the two nerds with, like, things they can get lost and distracted in, so unless somebody goes like, hey, guys!
Several years later.
We were
Basically.
told we could read the books. No one said we could take them with us, so we're sitting here reading.
Yeah. We're reading, taking notes, we're taking our time.
Mm-hmm. Well. So, I mean, I'm assuming you'd probably make your way to the area where food had been served the night before, and everybody had gathered.
Yeah.
You'd make your way there, and you'd see Danika. You'd see Kel. You'd see Riley kind of off in a chair, just kind of flipping through a book. You can tell he picked them off the shelf. You don't see Seraphina or Leo.
He figures they're probably just looking around still.
You gotta put them on leashes, man. You lost the
yeah.
nerds.
Especially now that they've both started figuring out, wait, I have a buddy in this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see Riley kind of close the book when you walk in. Don't know where the other two are, but did anybody else have a weird dream?
Danika will just shrug.
Yeah, it's same
Oh.
for night.
So Kel would shake his head. I was really hoping it was just the area. I know others might have weird dreams. Uneasy. I prefer my normal ones. Anyways, how did the rest of you sleep?
Quite well, thank you.
Good, good. I am over here. Two of them are in their room. Each will be over this way. A little bit of time passes, and you all kind of just relax and doing your own things. And shortly after, as Breath kind of walks in, and now in the picture, he's currently holding a book, kind of looking through it slightly and closing it. Well, I assume the other two are probably still in their rooms. Found a couple of books that may interest them, and kind of slipped them into bed last night. They need to do a lot better about falling instead of falling asleep while working. You all are quite the talkative bunch.
Well, we're
Yep.
not used to actually wandering out into dangerous situations and ending up in places like this. It's a nice change of pace.
If you think the world out there is dangerous, how you should have seen it much longer ago. Most every city had at least an enemy, and some cities were almost constantly at war. Unfortunately, we were not to get involved in those matters. Had to watch in sadness as a lot of those who served us and the other creators just died and all spilled blood. Not saying that to say the world isn't completely dangerous now, or completely without danger. There's things are still around that don't appreciate where it's going. Don't know what your plans are. Obviously, stay here as long as you need. Occasionally, if something else, he'll cross it later. Sure.
Well,
But
to
it
be
should.
honest, wouldn't be opposed to staying here for now, but
Oh,
we were supposed to be on our way.
as I said, as long as you need to. I'm sure they'll be quite distracted and lose track of time, and you can have your fill of a stable location that's not going to have death around every turn.
Like I said, it's a nice change of pace. But we probably can't stay for long.
Well, free reign of the place is yours. I do have some of my usual tasks to take care of. So you'll see me off and on. either in passing or I just want to sit down and take a break. Until then, he'll kind of walk off.
With nothing better to do, Nate will probably just sort of idly stroll around and look. But
Okay.
he's not going to be grabbing anything or anything
That's
like that.
fair. That's fair. You would see like the same things they had seen and stuff like that. It like draws your attention, but it's not stuff you're into. So, like you said, you're not going to pick it up. You kind of look over stuff, but it is interesting to look at all the different like changes that have happened over the years and stuff like that. It's like walking through a museum, but it's not a museum. They're actually stuff somebody's still using. Yeah. From there, is there anything else?
Personally, no. Not until he's bothered. I mean, he might
Fair.
eventually go find someone to talk to, but right now he's very distracted.
Fair.
Yeah. Seraphina's also pretty distracted, though, because we did have a long rest, I went ahead and used ability, so she does have elixir of boldness on her.
You
cut out, so
I-
you use what ability?
Her, experimental elixir feature from being an alchemist, and she's got a boldness elixir on her.
Okay. That's fine.
Just so you're aware.
It's fine. No, that's okay. Make note of that.
Yeah, I already wrote it down and
That's
everything
fair
like
enough.
that. But
Very
I figured, number one, that was probably fitting with all the new stuff that she's digging into and everything like that. Trying something in the middle of
There you
taking
go.
notes.
Very fair. So that's fine. Anything from Danika?
It's nothing really now.
So, a bit of time passes, and you both finally come to the end of your books as well. Eventually people are kind of, people are still just kind of lounging around. There's not much urgency here, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, once he's like actually finished reading all the books that he can, he'll leave the room. But I don't know how long that would take for him to read that many books.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess the others are just sitting and doing nothing.
so you guys are making it super easy on me.
Yeah, totally. Danika does not take interest in most things.
Unfortunately, the other two are blind to everything else right now. Otherwise, they'd probably be like, right, we have to go.
They'd be asking more questions or something.
Yeah.
They haven't been asked about the dream thing yet either.
I don't think they've either left their rooms knowing that they have the things yet. like
Yeah.
right there. Like they have not appeared.
Yeah.
Woke up, went, in bed. Hey, the stuff I was working on. This is the quietest this is the quiet moment that these two have not had in a hot minute.
Yeah.
This is the quiet moment for everybody. Everybody who is finally having a day where they can take it easy and
You
nothing
don't have
horrible has happened.
The chaos gremlins telling you, hey, let's go this way.
Yeah, it's the... Like I said, there's no sense of urgency here. Because there's nothing going on. As he said, this is safe haven. Nothing gets in or out of this island without his knowledge. And nothing gets in without his say. Which I'll give you all some things as far as to think about and that you would have picked up on from how he was describing things.
Mhm.
If it's stuff that nowhere else in the world supports the growth of or supports the life of, like the plants and animals here, then you could almost assume he probably had enough energy left over to basically create a small little section of world. Enough to support the life of some things that no longer are around. I mean, it's a decent-sized island. It's not a huge island by any means. It's decent in size enough. Wanted to give you guys that to think about, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I have some information to gather for some plants, some more in-depth knowledge to give a snake boy regarding areas that he now has fun information about.
Well, and books in general, like what is all
Yeah.
is.
I gotta remember where I wanted to put the original temples of those two. Actually,
Are they even on our continent? Yeah.
I will give you one other thing from that book where you found those locations. It was a short passage, but it was. You also know the original location of the original temple of the eldest.
Okay.
But that one is shrouded in mystery because nobody wanted it found.
Interesting. You'll have to send me everything you've done. Make sure I didn't lose little bits because I was trying to type and keep up, but.
Well, that's fair. No, that's fine. I'll send you guys as far as the things that need to be. But I wanted to give you all of that to think about. Next time we'll pick up after you guys are done with your reading. A little bit of time passage as far as for the day. And yeah. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll also probably end up giving you information about the item that he had slipped into your bag. That way you can mark it down, but then I'll still reveal that it is on stream next time, whenever he comes across it.
Who?
You.
Oh, I completely missed that that was even a thing.
Well, he had made the comment to the other people.
That
We're
was probably
saying
me
that-
spacing out than waiting to see if there was anything going on, if it was going to
Fair.
see him.
Yeah. So I'll pass that along to you. That way, you at least will have it marked down. But like I said, we'll reveal it whenever he'll come across it in his bag later. But yeah. So that's where we'll go ahead and say thank you all.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting point because this is where a lot of questions can be answered, but a lot of questions can be created.
Yeah, I'll have to let you know if he goes and looks for anything else, too.
Oh no, that's fair. I'm actually excited if you guys have any more questions.
I mean, he might
Danika
go.
a place where she can know what peace is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Next
if
thing you know,
anything.
she's gonna be seduced. What?
The Oka tribe right now, and she still has yet to, like, confront the issues.
Yeah, right?
He still thinks that she absolutely hates him, so, like...
Yeah, this is a good place to, like, have people, like, sit down and go, like, alright, so...
Yeah. Like I said, this is a good place for questions to be answered, questions to be created, and stuff of that nature. So, this is one of the locations planned that I was hoping you guys would actually come to. Because it's, yeah, this is one of the fun ones.
Well, I'm gonna say bye to stream so I can end the stream.
Yeah, bye, Strum.
Bye,
Thank you guys for coming out as well.
I have a beautiful time.